Hello everyone, I welcome you in my YouTube channel. I am Dr. Mohammad Sirajul Faizi. Today in this video, I am going to talk about chlorine residual testing. So what is chlorine residual testing? Why it is more important for environmental chemistry? You know, the presence of chlorine residual in drinking water indicates that a sufficient amount of chlorine was added initially to water to inactivate the bacteria and some viruses, and that cause diarrhea disease. And second most important point is that the water is protected from contaminations during storage. So the presence of free residual chlorine in drinking water is correlated with the absence of disease and causing organisms, and thus it is a measure of the probability of water. So friend, this fact sheet describes the process that occurs when chlorine is added to water and definitions involved with this process, and how and why the Safe Water System project recommends testing of free chlorine. A method to test free chlorine in the field is developing countries. So what is the definitions? When chlorine is added to drinking water, it proceeds through a series of reactions and described and depicted graphically on the next lectures I will talk to you to. When chlorine is added to water, some of the chlorine reacts first with the organic materials and metals and in the water and is not available for disinfection. This is called the chlorine demand of the water. The remaining chlorine concentration after the chlorine demand is accounted for called total chlorine. So total chlorine is further divided into the amount of chlorine that has reacted with nitrates and is unavailable for disinfection, which is called combined chlorine, and the free chlorine, which is the chlorine available for inactivate disease causing organism, and thus a measure to determine the probability of water. So for example, if using completely clean water, the chlorine demand will be 0 and there will be no nitrate present, so no combined chlorine will be present. Thus the free chlorine concentration will be equal to the concentration of chlorine initially added. In natural water, especially surface water supply such as rivers and organic materials will exert a chlorine demand and nitrates will form combined chlorine, thus the free chlorine concentration will be less than the concentration of chlorine initially added. So chlorine additional flow chart is like that. Chlorine added initially, chlorine concentration added to water. Now chlorinic demand, the reactions with organic materials, metals and other compounds present in water prior to disinfections, and total chlorine, remaining chlorine concentration after chlorine demand of water, and free chlorine, concentration of chlorine available for disinfections, and combined chlorine, concentration of chlorine combined with the nitrogen in water and unavailable for disinfections. So why do we test free chlorine in drinking water? The project recommends testing free chlorine in two circumstances: to conduct dosage testing in project area prior to the start of programs, to monitor the evaluate projects by testing stored water in households. The goal of dosage testing is to determine how much sodium hypochlorite sodium to add to water that will be used for drinking to maintain the free chlorine residual in the water for average time of storage of water in household. This goal differ from goal to infrastructure based piped water treatment system whose aim is to effective disinfections of the endpoint water taps of the system defined by WHO. A residual concentration of chlorine of greater than or equal to 0.5 mg per liter after at least 30 minutes contact time at pH less than 8. This definition is only appreciated when user drink water directly from the flowing tap, a free chlorine level of 0.5 milligram per liter of free chlorine will be enough residual to maintain the quality of water through the distribution network, but it is most likely not adequate to maintain the quality of water when this water is stored in the home in a bucket or jerry can be 24 hours. Thus, recommend in our doses testing that at 30 minutes after the additions of sodium hypochlorite, there will be no more than 2.0 milligram per liter of free chlorine residual present. At 24 hours after adding of sodium hypochlorite to containing that are used for families to store water, here should be minimum 0.2 milligram per liter of free chlorine residual present. So SWS project methodology lead to chlorine residual level that are significantly lower than that WHO guideline value for free chlorine residual in drinking water, which is 5 milligram per. So friend, hope this video will be helpful to you. If you like this video, then subscribe my channel, and thanks for watching.